Welcome back to the Spirit of the Outdoors, and on the phone with us right now is Mr. Tyler Breashears. He is a student over at Arkansas Tech University, and also, Tyler, you have qualified for the World Duck Calling Contest Saturday after Thanksgiving. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. I sure did, and I appreciate you having me on the show, first of all. But, I qualified for the World Championship Duck Calling Contest this year for the first time. I've only been trying for a couple of years, and it's getting kind of tough with the economy these days, having to drive around and travel off to qualify for the World Championship Duck Calling Contest. But it's always something I wanted to do, and I ended up traveling all the way off to Pittsfield, Illinois, which was actually about 8.5 hours away from my house, and drove up there all by myself, and I came home with a golden ticket to the World Championship, and that's probably one of the biggest accomplishments I've ever had in my life.
They always give away some pretty decent prizes when you win one of these regional contests. What kind of prizes did you receive?
At this contest, it was the Two Rivers Regional, and actually Mr. Jeff Fools from Fools Game Calls, he actually put on the contest.
Yeah.
And I actually received a Mossberg 935 shotgun, a case of shotgun shells, a bunch of decoys and decoy accessories. I also won a real nice plaque. Actually, that was one of the coolest things I kind of liked about it. I got a real big, nice plaque that says, where I qualified at and when it was, and that's actually hanging up in my wall in my dorm room right now. And that was probably one of the coolest things I got out of all out of everything I won that weekend. When
it comes to my waterfowl hunting, I shoot a Mossberg 935, and my friends call it the Cannon. I don't know if you've shot that gun yet, but the end of that barrel is bored out to a 10 gauge. Have you bothered shooting that gun yet?
Yes, sir. Actually, the first weekend I was back home after I won that shotgun, I actually took it to a little get-together me and some buddies had on doing some trap shooting. And on that trap shoot, I actually ended up winning a little bit of money just shooting that brand-new Mossberg I've never used before. I didn't think it kicked that much, really. I mean, I've heard people tell me before that, it'll put you on the ground or, stuff like that, but I didn't have a problem out of it, none whatsoever.
Now, the 985 pump will, but that 935 is a gas-operated system. That gun, you could run 3.5-inch Magnum shells through it. You won't even notice it.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that, I've shot plenty of shotguns before, and to be honest, that one, as of right now, has won me the most money ever shooting a shotgun, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick with that Mossberg.
Well, I'll tell you what, you pattern that thing against a Remington or a Browning or a Benelli, and it will pattern better than any other gun you shoot. That's what actually sold me on that gun. With the way they expanded out to a 10 gauge in the last 6 inches of that barrel, that thing sounds like a cotton-picking cannon going off.
Yes, sir. I agree. When we actually started, when I actually shot mine for the first time, I didn't know really what to expect, and we just happened to be within some trees, and it sounded like it just echoed for about 10 minutes. It just kept going. It was so loud.
Wait till you're down close to the water down to the valley and you shoot that thing. It will echo like crazy.
I can't even imagine it.
You better wait till all the ducks land, though, because when that thing goes off, they all skedaddle.
From miles away, huh? They just all take off.
Whenever you're doing this, you've always had some decent sponsors in this duck calling. Ryan Nolan's a good friend of mine. In fact, he's on our pro staff at Shell Shocked Outdoors. He's a real good caller, but he hasn't done it by himself. He's had help all the way. And like you say, this is an expensive endeavor. The economy is not nice to people who travel around the world trying to make the worlds. Tell me some of your sponsors you got doing this.
Well, first of all, I've got to thank, the bank account, and that's my mom and dad. They're the ones that support me most of the time.
Yeah.
I try to go contest to contest winning money so I can put the money that I won back into going to another contest. Well, sometimes that doesn't work out. Mom and dad, they're excellent. But no, my main sponsors, though, are Echo Calls out of BB, Arkansas. Mr. Rick Dunn has, got me started off on the right foot and helped me all the way through the thick and thin, and got me all the way as far as I've wanted to go so far. And I guess my next goal is going to be winning the World Championship.
Yeah.
And also I want to say thanks the Decoy Outdoors. Decoy Rick, as some people know him. He has a waterfowl apparel line and clothing line, and he, I'm on his pro staff, and he gives me good-looking shirts and apparel to wear on stage, and he supports me financially a little bit every now and then, and he's a great guy. And also, I want to say thanks to Sons of Thunder Outdoors. That's actually our deal. Me and a buddy have. We're trying to get some videos out, and he supports me a lot. My buddy Andrew Duncan, he supports me quite a bit and helps me out. And that's about it. But there's a lot of people out there that I'm not saying thanks to that's done little things for me. But you just don't realize it until it's all said and done.
Sons of Thunder's Outdoors is your outdoor company, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the meaning of Sons of Thunder Outdoors, and exactly how did you get started in that?
Well, Sons of Thunder Outdoors was actually founded by my buddy Andrew Duncan. He's from Ohio, and he actually went to college in Harding in Searcy.
Yeah.
And he went to school to be a school teacher. And I was a freshman in high school. I had this man come into my class, and he was student teaching. And his name was Andrew Duncan, and he was a outdoorsman. Me and him got along real well. He was new to town, didn't know anybody. And I just kind of got to talking to him about hunting because I heard he was from Ohio. So I was like, he's probably a deer hunter or a goose hunter. So I wanted to, get to know him a little bit. And come to find out, he hadn't been duck hunting much, and he wanted to go, and he wanted to get the experience of an Arkansas duck hunt.
Yeah.
So, I volunteered, myself and some friends. We wanted to take him out hunting. And ever since then, me and Andrew have been great friends, and we had the idea to come up with Sons of Thunder Outdoors. And Sons of Thunder Outdoors is basically, it's me and Andrew. We're just, normal duck hunters. We're nobody trying to be fancy. We're not trying to put all the money into it and have all the cool-looking video shots and that stuff.
Right.
We just want to have videos and stuff from the hunter's purpose, from the hunter's point of view.
Right.
We don't want to have to be hunting on multi-million-dollar land, private land. We want to go show people how hard it is to hunt on public land in the state of Arkansas,
yeah,
Kansas, and Missouri, Mississippi. I mean, because it is tough for a lot of us, especially people like me and Andrew and everybody else. I know a lot of people that do it. I'm a full-time college student. Andrew is a full-time teacher. He has a full-time job. He has a wife. And, we have other things to do. So we're basically just weekend warriors. And a lot of people don't respect the weekend warriors. But when you have weekend warriors that are dedicated to the outdoors like me and Andrew are, that's why we wanted to make Sons of Thunder Outdoors, so we could show everybody the passion and the love that everybody needs to have for the outdoors, and how much fun it can be to, be standing in waist-deep water in the timber watching mallards fall in, or be climbed up a tree, with the bow drawn back on a big 8-point, or, out there sore lipping some trout on the Little Red or something like that. We just want people to understand how much we actually enjoy it. And, how much people need to realize that it's something they can get themselves into and show, do what they love, which is actually our slogan.
I like the name Sons of Thunder Outdoors. I mean, that's like you mean business. I really like that name.
Well, I appreciate that. Actually, Andrew, he was the one that came up with the name, and he has told me the story plenty of times, why he came up with the name, and it is actually out of the Bible.
Okay, tell me about it.
And, that's the thing. I would love to explain about it, but if I start talking about it, I'm going to be wrong because I haven't read that story in the Bible in years. And, that's just something that was it's in the very back of the Bible, and usually I stay up towards the front more, and I just haven't been in the back in a while, and I would really love to explain about it, but I'm going to be honest, I'd probably be kind of wrong.
Okay, well.
I don't want to get on here and start preaching the wrong things for sure.
I'll tell you what, it's in the Bible somewhere, and we'll find out about it and get back with people and let them know what it means.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And also, Sons of Thunder Outdoors, we like giving back to the kids. Like I said, Andrew's a school teacher. I'm a college student, and I'm actually going to be a football coach, and a high school football coach, so I'm all going to be around kids. And Sons of Thunder is it's more like we want to give back to the kids also, like I was saying, and do the youth hunts. Each year we do a youth hunt. We take kids on duck hunts, deer hunts. We take kids trout fishing, bass fishing. Andrew actually puts on a fishing derby. He puts it on, and I help out at the Lone Oak Middle School, is where he teaches, and he puts one on for the school there. And, gives back to all the kids on the free fishing day. And also we do a duck calling club also on at the school. Also, it's on Friday afternoons. We have kids at the beginning of the year sign up saying if they want to learn how to blow a duck call, or if they want to, get better at blowing a duck call. And me and Andrew, majority of the time Andrew, but when I can make it down there in time, I'll go practice with him, and we'll sit there and we'll help the kids out. And we usually have 30 to 40 kids show up, and all the kids are just so excited because, especially with me, doing the duck calling stuff, a lot of kids hear about me. And they see how much fun I get to have doing it because I tell them about it and all the places I get to go and all the places I get to see. So a lot of kids are like, man, I'd like to do that too. So me and Andrew got the idea to go ahead and do a duck calling club. And, we sit there with those kids for about an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes, and we go over all the basics on duck calling. And, the kids just have a blast with it because a lot of them have never even touched a duck call before. A lot of them have never even heard of duck hunting before. And, we're trying to get them involved in the outdoors and just get the youth to be more involved in the outdoors and, with nature and wildlife and waterfowl. I mean, nowadays kids got all these video games and, computers and all that good stuff, and nobody wants to get outside and enjoy what God gave us to play on.
And what God gave us is amazing. When you get out in the outdoors, what we have to get out there, whether it be hunting or fishing, hiking, or just camping in the outdoors, what He's given us is just fantastic.
I totally agree with you on that one. I mean, it's a pleasure, to be able to wake up in the morning. Where I live, I'm originally from Lone Oak, which is just east of Little Rock here, and it's great for me to be able to wake up in the mornings when I'm back home and look out the windows or look out the front door, and I just see a rice field or I see a slough. I got all that around my house, and I'm watching ducks come in, hit the water left and right, or I got deer that run all beside the house. Just being able to watch wildlife and everything that He has given us just develop and change, but just keep getting better and better each year, in my opinion. I mean, you just cannot beat it.
Sons of Thunder Outdoors, y'all are doing some videoing and putting videos together. Are you putting them on the website or what?
Right now, we actually don't have an official website. We're kind of doing what everybody else has been doing here recently, and we've got a Facebook page. So, if anybody wants to look into Sons of Thunder, you can go on Facebook and search up Sons of Thunder Outdoors, and you can like our page. And on that page, each week from now on until, who knows, we're going to be putting a video up each week. And we actually have a new one that's going to be up this afternoon. It's going to be over a duck calling contest that was held in Conway, Arkansas. And also it's going to be held on the duck calling class that Mr. Rick at Echo Calls, that he holds each Tuesday night that's open to the public. He gives up his time to let everybody come by and work on their duck calling for competitions or just duck calling itself for the woods. We did a video on that and the duck calling contest in Conway. It was the first time Arkansas had or Conway has had a duck calling contest, so we wanted to kind of help them out a little bit, make a video to make it bigger and bigger each year. And, we sit down and got some interviews with some people at that contest, and that's what we're going to be doing at Sons of Thunder, though, is, we're going to be putting a video out each week. We've already got some put up on the page. Some are from duck calling competitions, and one's actually a turkey hunt that Andrew got to go on over in Tennessee, and actually some pretty good footage on there, and he actually dropped him a bird or two, and looks like he had a good time, and I know he had a good time. We've got some just little fill-in clips, some short deer hunts or stuff like that we're going to be putting out, and this year, the waterfowl season, though, it's going to be amazing. We're actually going to hit the road a little bit. We're going to go from South Texas to everywhere, Arkansas to West Mississippi, North Central Missouri, Eastern Kansas, Oklahoma. We're going to travel everywhere and try to get some great waterfowl footage. just with people that I know that are going to give us the opportunity to come hunt with them. We're going to make some pretty cool little webisodes is what we would call them, because they're only about 30 minutes long. They're nothing real big, and they're something you can just watch and enjoy and not have to drag and waste an hour or two on just to watch it.
What do you see in the future for Sons of Thunder Outdoors? I know you're going to be a coach and Andrew's a teacher, but what do you see as the future for your company? Are you going to try to expand it, or are you going to try to grow it, or are you getting a pro staff, or what are you going to do?
Well, see, this is the way me and Andrew, when we thought about it, we've talked about it a few times actually, talking about expanding and getting people to help out more. And, we're not, the bigger you get, usually the more money it takes or the more money you make. And we're not in it for the money. We don't mind spending money. So if we have to get real big and, we're not making a dime, we'll do it. But if we start bringing in a lot of money, majority of it's just going to go back to something else to help the kids out with. So, basically, we really don't want to expand, but when the opportunity comes, we'll take it for sure, because I know Andrew's always had his mind set on having an outdoor hunting show on the Outdoor Channel, the Pursuit Channel, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
On the cable TV, he's always wanted to have a hunting show on there. And, I'm right there behind him. I wasn't real big in the filming and stuff when I first got started hunting at a younger age, and finally I realized, there's people that don't realize what we get to do out here, and how great it is. So the more we film, the more people see it, the more they want to do it, and that's the bigger the sport gets. But mainly, we're not really looking to expand anytime soon. In the future, I would love to see Sons of Thunder to have a TV show on the TV, cable TV or anything like that. Local channels, it doesn't matter. It'd just be pretty sweet to have that on there. But as of right now, we just want to do stuff for just your average parent, or for your, once a year duck hunter, that just gets to go every now and then. Make something that they enjoy and that they can enjoy and watch over and over, and also they can learn from it. We want to kind of put in some stuff that'll help out your hunting, and, little tips and tricks and stuff like that.
I want to go back to Stuttgart. Will this be your first year to compete in Stuttgart?
Yes, sir. This will be my first year to compete in the World Championship Duck Calling Contest held in Stuttgart. I've placed in numerous contests, and I've blown quite a few times. And I've actually been trying to qualify for the World Championship for 2 years now. And this is only my second year, being real competitive and, up there hanging with all the big dogs and, getting to blow against them and compete against them and all that. And this will be my first year to do it. And I'm going to be honest, it's 4 weeks away or 5 weeks away, I believe, and I'm nervous as all get out. I'm shaking right now. I get nervous before a little bitty contest or a normal contest. I don't even know what to think when I'm going to walk up there on that stage and I'm blowing against 80 other guys, and there's 1,000, or plus 1,000 people out there, plenty more, standing in front of that stage, and I got a minute and a half to do a routine. It gets to me every time, and that's why I enjoy it, just because of the adrenaline rush and the nerves that get me each time I do it. And that's why I enjoy blowing that duck call.
You just need to calm your nerves down. Really, it's not that big of a deal. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, I guarantee that. My advice would be watch the clock as close as you can. I've been to several of the World Duck Calling Contests. I've seen people do some fantastic calling, and they didn't watch the 90-second clock. And when the timer went off, they were still blowing and they were disqualified, and you feel so sorry for those people. They worked so hard to get there. That was a massive disappointment for them.
Oh, I totally agree, especially, a lot of people, they think that, us competition duck callers, just like you said, Ryan real well, and I've met Ryan a few times, and I know Ryan, pretty well also, and people don't understand how much work that we actually put in, to practicing for these contests.
Oh, absolutely. And
earlier, the money that we spend, the entry fees, your motel rooms, your expenses on gas and food. Let's say you go to a big duck calling contest and it's at a waterfowl store or a hunting store, they're having a big sale. You're going to spend money there. People just don't realize how much work we put into it, because I have a contest coming up this weekend that I'm actually going to go compete in and it's going to be the last one I compete in before the World Championship deal that's in Stuttgart.
Yeah.
And it's in Kennett, Missouri, and I didn't know about it until last week. I wasn't paying attention to the calendars, and it hit me, I got to start practicing. And usually I start practicing 2 weeks before a contest, and that's every day for 2 weeks. And, at least 3 routines a day, if not more. And right now, well, as soon as we get done with this interview, get off the radio here, I'm going to go out to the lake here at Russellville, Lake Dardanelle, and I'm going to go blow my duck call for a few hours because I'm going to start practicing. It takes a lot more time and effort than people actually realize, and you got to build up your air. You have to work on your finesse and your timing on everything, and you can't just pick it up and go back to doing it after you've taken a break for a few months.
Well, I'll tell you what, I most certainly don't want to be the reason to hold you up. And I do appreciate you giving us the interview, Tyler, and I wish you all the luck in your Sons of Thunder outdoors. I wish you luck at Stuttgart, and I'll probably see you there because I don't think I've missed the last 3 or 4. I really get a kick out of that, and I'm willing to stand there all day long and watch that duck call blowing. And a lot of people don't do that, but I get a kick out of it.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. And again, I appreciate you letting me get on the show. This is a pretty big show, and I hope everybody that's been listening has enjoyed it, and I hope y'all keep coming back and listening to it. He's got some great people on here, and, I hope I didn't hold y'all up and bore y'all too long talking on this radio show because people usually tell me I talk too much, but I think I did a pretty good job controlling myself today.
You did a good job. Don't worry about it, Tyler.
I was going to tell you, I hope to see you in Stuttgart this year for sure. I hope I get to meet you, and maybe we can get together and go on some duck hunts.
I'll take you on some outrageous duck hunts out in western Oklahoma you've never seen before.
Hey, there we go. That's what I like to hear. I've only been on a few Oklahoma hunts, but that was eastern Oklahoma. I haven't been out west yet.
Oh, you need to go out to the Central Flyway.
Oh, well, I might have to hit you up on that offer for sure.
Well, I appreciate the interview, and we'll be back with more Spirit of the Outdoors.